Yo, what's going on, people? It's Sevv. We got some Pokemon Pocket news today, man. Pokemon Company surprised us with a new set. We're gonna be checking it out. I know a few of the cards have been leaked and are posted all over the place. So spoiler alert, if you don't wanna see anything related to the set until it comes out, click off the video right now. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the set, man. We're gonna see what sort of cards they got for us coming up. So the set is called Celestial Guardians, and it comes out on April 30th. So that's only 6 days away, just under a week. Let's get into this article. Look to the skies with Pokemon TCG Pocket's upcoming expansion, Celestial Guardian. Solgaleo and Lunala debut alongside other Pokemon and trainers from the Alola region in this new exciting expansion. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of Alola cards. They got a trailer for us right here, so let's get into this trailer, man. Okay, we got the starters, the legendaries. Oh, so it's gonna be 2 different packs. Okay, the art is tough. I'm excited to see what the higher rarities are gonna look like. Raichu. Okay, so just a bunch of Alola Pokemon. That Alolan Marowak is so tough. Hey, Rare Candy and Rotom decks. Okay, we got new trainers. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go back and just take a look at all the cards that they actually let us see here. Okay, so Solgaleo off rip. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on the bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. Wait, that's kind of fire. I feel like that's really good. And the Soul Breaker is its attack. It does 10 damage to itself for 120 damage, but it only costs 2 energy. So right now, thinking of like what you could pair this with, this is good Steel type support, because I feel like this would work really well with like Dialga. You put in Dialga, you can instantly, with Dialga's first attack, put 2 energy on your Solgaleo and just switch it right in and get to attacking. That's 120 damage. Not the highest damage in the world, but it's not terrible. That gets to, what, 140 with Red? And then 130 with Giovanni. It's not bad, but it seems like this is going to be good for really aggressive early momentum. So Dazzle Dance. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Okay. Okay, here goes Alolan Raichu. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so this is sort of like a Gallade, but it's a Raichu, and it does 60 damage. I think Gallade is base 70, if I'm not mistaken. It's either base 60 or 70, but this card looks pretty decent. It is a 2-stage evolution. Oh no, it's a 1-stage evolution. Yeah, I'm thinking of freaking Pichu. There's no Pichu in this game. Okay, so I think this card will be pretty decent. It'll function sort of like a Gallade. So then Lunala. Once during your turn, you may move all psychic energy from one of your benched psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. Interesting. I feel like this is going to be a good support card. And now I wonder, I assume that if Lunala is in your active spot, that's also going to apply to this Lunala card. So I'm thinking you can take all your energy from like your Gardevoir or like any Pokemon that builds psychic energy in the back, and then just pilot straight on. That's pretty good. This might even work really well with like this might synergize really well with Giratina. Giratina and Gardevoir on the bench. Wait, that might go kind of crazy. Hold on a minute. I feel like that's a really good ability. So Alolan Vulpix ability, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Okay. So then Oricorio has, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay. So Oricorio is gonna sort of function like a Marshadow, sort of, where you get that like revenge sort of extra damage once one of your Pokemon get knocked out. Okay, so that looks pretty decent. Now Alolan Marowak. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. Damn. If at least one of them is heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Wait, that's crazy. Wait a minute. So that hits for a maximum of 140 and burns the attacking or the opponent's active Pokemon, that's kind of nuts. This card, I feel like this card might see a lot of play. That might go kind of crazy. 110 base HP. It does cost 3 energy, 1 colorless, 2 fire. And it's a stage 1 evolution. But that ability is kind of insane. That attack is nuts. So then moving on, we have 2 new trainer cards. Rotom decks. Look at the top card of your deck. Then you may shuffle your deck. And then Rare Candy, choose one of your basic Pokemon and play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the stage 1. Wait. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. Interesting. Let me read this back again just so I understand it properly. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the stage 1. Interesting. This is going to be insane, I think, because a lot of the decks right now, I feel like Charizard, for example, is really kind of slow to roll because you have to build up your back row while you're getting your energy up. But this card essentially is going to allow you to skip the stage 1 evolution and just go straight from basic to your stage 2 final evolution. This I feel like is gonna really help out. And it's you can combo this with other trainer cards. This is gonna okay. I think Rare Candy might be absolutely insane. Put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage on it into your hand. Interesting. There's a few cards in the game, not very many of them, but there's a couple that when you add it allows you to add a Pokemon back to your hand. Now, does that replenish the HP that was taken? Let me know in the comments, because this would essentially be like a refresh, right? You could take out a Pokemon that's close to getting knocked out, put it back in your hand, and then put it back into play. That would be really insane. If it is the case that it replenishes the damage once you bring the card back to your hand, which makes sense in my brain, but let me know in the comments if you know for sure. I have no idea, but that sounds like a really good card. So then Lana, you can use this card if you have an Araquanid in play. Switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to its active spot. Okay, so this functions sort of like a Sabrina, or rather, it actually functions more like a Cyrus, but it's like, if you have Araquanid, I know it's very specific, archetype specific, but it allows you to bring in a Pokemon from the opponent's bench. So that's pretty good. I haven't seen Araquanid. Is Araquanid in the game? Let me know in the comments if Araquanid's in the game. But if it's coming, depending on how good that card is, the Araquanid card, this Lana card might be insane. So then choose one of your Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. Take 2 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon. Okay, so this is going to be really good for running alongside Alolan Marowak. I think that card is going to be crazy. What an insane ability. That might cause people to start playing. If that card gets into the meta, that might start causing people to play more Arceus to avoid the burn effect. But even still, 140 damage if you flip 2 heads. You do have to flip 2 heads. It's 2 50/50s, but when that works well, it's gonna work really well. Choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyu that has damage on it and move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Wait, that is insane. So this Acerola card, you're essentially just moving damage from your Pokemon onto the opponent's Pokemon. I haven't seen Palossand or Mimikyu. I'm assuming those cards will be coming in this set, but depending on how good those cards are, this new set might be crazy. Heal all damage from one of your Shiinotic or Serena. If you do, discard all energy from that Pokemon. Okay, so there's a bit of a trade-off there, but allowing you to heal all damage off of a single Pokemon is kind of insane. Kind of functions sort of like a Dusk Noir type of card, but as a trainer. All right, so we can get a good look at this Sophocles card here. During this turn, attacks used by your Alolan Golem, Vikavolt, or Togedemaru do an extra 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so more of the trainer supporter cards that buff specific Pokemon. Are there any more in the trailer? Okay, So the Lily, they have the immersive Lily card. Let's take a look at it. See if we can spot the ability, because we haven't seen Lily yet. Okay, heal 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. So this is gonna be like another Pokemon Center lady type of card. Unfortunately, it doesn't heal status effect, but a whopping 60 damage. That's close to like a, what is it, Irida that does 40, and then there's another one that does 50. I can't remember which one that is, but this is a big 60 damage. This card, I feel like a lot of people are going to be chasing this card. That's going to be pretty crazy. All right, so getting back to the article, they said, get ready to have some fun in the Alolan Sun or Moon with Celestial Guardians, the latest expansion for Pokemon TCG Pocket, releasing April 29th at 11 p.m. PDT. First partner Pokemon Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio make their debuts alongside the mighty legendary Pokemon Solgaleo and Lunala, and beloved trainers from Alola. Celestial Guardians features over 200 cards waiting to be collected, including powerful new Pokemon EX and the first immersive supporter card. Oh, I didn't even realize that the Lily card is the literal first immersive supporter card. I had no idea. Take a sneak peek below at some cards you can expect to see in the new expansion. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we went over all of these already. Yeah, we went over these 3 already. So they also go on to talk about Pokemon TCG Pocket's half-year celebration. So the game's been out for 6 months. They said the brand new expansion isn't the only thing to look forward to. A special round of missions and solo battles are starting on April 29, 2025 to celebrate Pokemon TCG Pocket's half-year anniversary. Until May 12th, take on solo battles to earn Promo Pack Series A Volume 7 boosters that contain a stunning promo card, including the Regal Rayquaza EX. This card looks absolutely insane. Rayquaza is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'm going to be trying to get as many copies of this card as possible. If I can read this correctly, the text is really little, but it says one of your Pokemon is chosen at random 4 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 40 damage to it. Okay, so it's sort of like a, what's the most recent card that came out that has an attack similar to this? I think it's Wugtrio. So it's gonna pick your Pokemon 4 times and do 40 damage, sort of like a Wugtrio or a Dragonite. Pokemon with this ability are one of my least favorite Pokemon to play against, just because it's like so random, and they could just, what is this, 4 times 40? They can just 160 your Pokemon. You gotta have to make sure you have as many Pokemon as possible in all of your slots to spread the damage around and mitigate the damage so your Pokemon don't get knocked out. But I feel like this Rayquaza card is going to be really good as well. And it's free, so make sure you're doing your missions and everything. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Pokemon Meta website, because there's some more cards in here that we missed during the trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the ones that we didn't get to see. Shout out Pokemon Meta, shout out Decade. Let's see, which ones didn't we get to see? Okay, so we didn't get to see the Popplio card. So seeing your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Okay. There's 2, it looks like there's 2 of each starter. Okay, so these ones we didn't see yet. So there's 2 Littens in here. Let's take a look at this other Litten. This Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. Yeah, so we read that correctly during the thing. I wasn't sure, it was really blurry, but we went over Oricorio already. We saw this one, I think, but we never saw this one. Oh no, we saw, you know what? No, that's not true. We did see both of these during the trailer. Alolan Meowth we saw, Alolan Vulpix we saw. There's the other Rowlet we didn't get to see. So this attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, I'm not sure. The wording is a little different. I'm not sure if you can choose which Pokemon it does the damage to. But I think that's about it. The image is really tiny, but we can take a look at the other event Rayquaza. So this is the same one, it just has a different art. I'm thinking that they're gonna have, yeah, because it's got the little event icon here. They're gonna have both of these available for free in packs, I believe, unless this is gonna be part of a, you know what, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, it makes more sense that this would be part of like an anniversary bundle, where you can buy the coin, the playmat, and then the Rayquaza EX card. But it looks like this one is gonna actually be for free. But yeah, it could change. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But let me know your thoughts in the comments on this set. Honestly, I'm really ready for this to shake up the meta. I think Rare Candy is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to help out a lot of those decks that have a long setup time and the ones that, you know, are kind of slow to roll. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your favorite card that we've been able to see from this set so far. And yeah, So that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can become a card-carrying member of the Sevv Syndicate. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.